Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Reality radio for a really great future. We're talking real money.
Hello again. Welcome to Talking Real Money Daily, the ever-evolving daily podcast about real investing, real money, making sense of your dough every day. Weekday, anyway. As I said, ever-evolving. Ever-evolving means that because we have weekend talk shows that get edited into podcasts during the course of the week, they either come out on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Sometimes it's 2 shows, sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's none. I've decided that if we have another podcast, that I'm going to do a much shorter version of the daily podcast in which I just answer a caller's question. And that's going to start today. So you can call your questions in anytime. We're getting a decent number of them again. Thank you. 855-935-TALK, 855-935-8255. If it has something to do with money, I will give it a shot here on the podcast and try to give you the straight answer that is truly in what I believe to be your best interests. Again, the number 855-935-TALK. Let's get to today's question.
Hi, my question is, you said something about investing in index life fund. So we just converted an employee stock option plan to index life fund, actually Delaware index life fund. And I wanted to get some information related to that to see if it was a good choice or is it not a good choice, or is there something that you can help explain to us? Thank you.
Oh, thanks for your call. I'm making that sighing sound because whenever I get a question like this, I so wish that people would call me before succumbing to the sales pitch, because the people who pitch these products are very convincing in their half-truths and obfuscations, and in some cases even flat-out lies. Sometimes they just outright lie. Like when you ask them how much they get paid, and they'll obfuscate by saying the insurance company pays me, and then you say, well, what do you get? How much of a commission do you get? And they say, oh, I don't get a commission. That's a lie, because they do get a commission. These people who sell these index products are sold on sell them on a commission. Now, the Delaware product, I'm vaguely familiar with a Delaware indexed annuity. I did not know that they offered index life, although there are some who offer indexed whole life policies. I have to tell you, though, that in both cases, I despise them passionately. I think they're horribly sold. I think they make these grand claims like you'll get the return of the market with no risk, which is a bald-faced lie. You don't get the return of the market. You get what the index itself without dividends does, but it's limited into how much you can get. There's a cap. There are all kinds of qualifiers that are in that big disclosure document you got. Well, I hope you got it. If you didn't get it, that may be your way out. If they did not provide you with the disclosure documents, then you could technically get them to give you your money back, which if you didn't, go do that right now. And if they fight you in any way, shape, manner, or form, go to your insurance commissioner and say, I never received the disclosure documents as they are required to provide me, and I want all my money out, because they see, and the insurance commissioners know these things are misleadingly sold. They most of the time they're going to help you get out. Here's the deal. One, you're not going to get the return of the stock market. The average annual returns for these indexed annuity products, indexed life products, has been in the range of 3 to 4% per year. You're just never going to see the return of the stock market, because they don't give you the dividends, and they average it out over the year, and then they put a cap on it, and Everything's in their favor. The other thing you probably weren't aware is that if this is the Delaware indexed annuity product, your salesperson, your advisor, they're an insurance salesperson. And one of Don's first rules is never, ever, ever invest with an insurance salesperson or an insurance agent, ever. They received a 7% commission. What do you say? You didn't know that? Yeah, they got 7% of your money up front. You know how you know that? If you did get those disclosure documents, go to the page that mentions surrender charge. And the Delaware product has a 7-year surrender charge that begins in the first year at 7%. Why 7%? Well, because the insurance company paid 7% to the insurance agency and the brokers for that insurance agency. So they need to be able to recover that if you find out that this really is a bad deal and decide you want to get out, which, in my opinion, it's a really bad deal. And if there is any way you can get out, get out. You may have some sort of a 3-day right of rescission, although I see your call came in a couple of days ago. Otherwise, I just don't know what to tell you other than if it was mine, if I had done this, which I wouldn't have, even though I'm going to a dinner for one soon. I'm getting a free steak out of them, and I'll tell you what they tell me. I would take my lumps. I would. I'd take the 7% hit, but it depends on how you would invest it otherwise. If you would take it out and you'd put it in CDs, well, then the 3 to 4% per year, it's a relatively highly rated company. You know, you're not the odds of you losing anything are slim to none. Problem is, in down years, you'll make nothing, whereas if you were in a laddered portfolio of CDs or in bonds, you'd at least make something in the down years. You'll make something in the up years. You'll make nothing in the down years. You're going to average out at a mediocre, like 3 or 4% return, probably. That's been the case in the past. So do I like them? No. If you're being pitched an indexed annuity product, and I hate that name because it makes it almost sound like an index fund. How horribly misleading is that? I really, except for the fact that I have to have it. Oh man, I hate the insurance industry. I hate it with a passion. That ends this short episode. There should be another episode from the Saturday show online for you to listen to today. And I thank you very much for being a part of this episode of Talking Real Money, the podcast. And we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Take care. Go subscribe on Apple Podcasts or iTunes. And if there's something you like, leave a review. If there's something you don't like, leave a review. Either way, it works out. Take care. I'm Don McDonald.
Talking Real Money. We hope you realize that the information provided on Talking Real Money is for educational and hopefully enjoyable purposes only. Providing personalized financial planning or investing advice takes time, so please consult with a really good fee-only fiduciary investment, tax, or legal advisor. We know a good one. Investing must always involve risk. In other words, you can and probably will lose money at times. Also, as much as you want it, no one can accurately, consistently predict the future. So past performance doesn't tell you a darn thing about what the future will bring. Unlike many other programs that say something similar, Talking Real Money is not trying to get you to buy or sell any financial products or securities. Instead, the program is provided as a public service by Vestry, a fee-only registered investment advisor. Thanks for listening, and please visit TalkingRealMoney.com for more information and disclosures. Are we done now?